This Money Hour podcast. I am your host, Dakota Grady. Hey, welcome to the show, y'all. Whether you're in California, South Carolina, or anywhere around the world, thank you for joining us. I have a guest tonight, Miss Nina Rose. But before we get started, though, if you need help with your personal finances, you're struggling, you're worried, you're stressed out about your money, then I'm your guy. Contact me at dakotagrady.com. Let me help you with your personal finances. And if you have a business and you're specifically a nurse practitioner, entrepreneur, or an entrepreneur, or you're in the medical field, you need help with your accounting and taxes for your business, I got you covered too. Contact me at dakotagrady.com for resources to help you with your bookkeeping and taxes. Because it is tax season, y'all, so get your taxes done. So my guest is Miss Nina Rose. We are in a group together, so I wanted to have her on the show tonight. And she's actually in California, Cali, and I'm on the East Coast, so 3 hours behind me, but we still on this thing here tonight. So, Miss Nina, welcome to the show, and tell everybody about who you are and what you do.
Thank you so much, Dakota. Thank you for that awesome introduction. Well, my name is Nina Ross, like he said. Some people, we pronounce it Nina Rose. I'm a multi-talented actress and entrepreneur. I love teaching. I'm a substitute teacher, and I also sell detox supplements and nutritional products.
All right, so tell everybody, like, how'd you get into being a teacher? Well, before we get started, we did an IG live before this rated, right? So you told people about how you became a hairstylist and then transformed into an actress. Talk about that going from styling hair to becoming an actress.
Okay, thank you. Well, basically, I did 1,800 hours of hair school at Milwaukee Area Technical College, which was from 9 to 5 for a whole year, right? And I love doing hair. I've always loved doing hair. But once I started working in the salon, I realized, look, I'm not going to be doing hair till I'm like 60, 70, 80, getting carpal tunnel, back hurting. One of my hair instructors, literally, Dakota, Mr. Ware, was teaching us on a stool. He walked like different from doing hair for so many years. I saw Mr. Ware. I was like, that's not, I love doing hair, but that's not gonna be me. My daughter waiting over there right now for me to get these last 10 braids in her head. That's the hair. That's the consent of it for me. And so how I transitioned from doing hair to acting was I got a couple of degrees. I got a degree in human services and started doing plays. And actually, I didn't get into the fact that I started my own casting agency where African Dolls Talent, I had about 50 actors that were with my agency that came out in auditions from like Chicago and Milwaukee. And I would help them networking with other producers, getting them in plays and films, and myself as well. Then I said, you know what? I need to be in California to really make this thing happen.
So I was going to ask you, why not Chi-Town instead of Cali?
Well, basically, I had came and visit Cali, and I got my phone number, which is an 818 number, and they were like, "Okay, you can get an 818 number, get a PO box in LA, live in Milwaukee, and do it from here to there." That didn't work, right? And at the point when I was ready to move, honestly, Dakota, I needed to change the weather. I was like, I need the weather and the weather from the, you know what I mean, from the West Coast, and it was a hard decision for me to decide whether I was going to move to Cali or Atlanta because at that time the Freaknik was popping off. I had drove a little red Corvette all the way to Atlanta from Milwaukee, 15 hours in the rain. It was like raining on the way back. So I love the South, ATL. So I was like, oh, Atlanta, Cali, Atlanta, Cali. And honestly, I looked at the safeness as a mother of 3 sons. I have to look at that. I have 3 daughters as well, but as a black man, it's different for you guys in society. So I want to try to put my children. Actually, let me back up because I only had 1 son at the time. I came to Cali and said, "Where's the black folks?" Here we go. Bam, bam, bam. I had 3 more kids. Where's the African Americans for sure around here? I came here to pursue acting. Next thing I know, I delivered 3 more babies to society. I felt like I needed to know that. So that's honestly straight up. It wasn't no mistakes. It was a conscious effort, you know what I mean, to keep our race going, to keep our people going, happiness, love, and everything in between. But my husband was like, you got another one in you after that 10-pounder. My youngest is 12. He was 10 pounds. I was like, no, you had the next one. I'm done. Okay. If you can't have it, we ain't having it because I'm done. That was the last of the Mohegans. He was a big baby. So that was enough for me.
So How did you acclimate to going from the Midwest, where it's freezing cold, to Cali?
Oh my God, what a great question. It was crazy because, like I said, I left during a blizzard. It was a blizzard. It was Christmas in Milwaukee. Everybody know how the weather is in, New York, Midwest in the winter. And literally it was a blizzard. And literally I was bumping, I'm going back to Cali and Soldier by Destiny's Child. I was like, I'm going. Alexa, play I'm Going Back to Cali. Let me give y'all a reminiscence. If she DJ Ski, I don't know. I don't know if that's right. No, she keep giving me the wrong Going Back to Cali. Anyways, what's that by Tupac? No,
Big Small, I think.
thank you. Alexa, play I'm Going Back to Cali by Biggie Smalls. What is all this other Going Back to Cali stuff? This it. Anyways, y'all get the memo. Alexa hard-headed. She do what she want to do. I thought she was going to really kick in for us. Maybe she'll play. Alexa, play Destiny's Child Soldier. Whatever. Anyways, I played those two songs and I packed up everything I could fit in the 16 suitcases, gave away my car, gave away the washer and dryer, gave away whatever I had. I was like, I'm going back to Cali because I missed a major role when I left Cali to go back to Milwaukee. The film was called Tears of the Sun with Bruce Willis, and I was cast in it. And so, Alexa, pause. She didn't do what she's supposed to do anyway. So basically, I was cast in the film, Dakota, and when I called back to check on it, they told me I wasn't needed. That was wrong information, so I did not book my flight, and I missed that opportunity. I was like, no more. I'm not missing any more opportunities. I'm going back to Cali. And I was bumping that song like I'm going back to Cali. I had the phone number, and I had my dream, and I was like, I just got to do it. I can't do what I want to do from Milwaukee, even though I was in a lot of plays and films in Milwaukee that gave me my grassroots and my training, because I was even listening to a coach today that said, like, theater training is the best versus film because you're right there with an immediate reaction from the audience. You can't fake it on the stage. The audience is 10 feet away. You know what I mean? So either you is or you ain't. And so I'm thankful for the time in the Hansberry Sands plays that I did. I played a character called, her name was Lou Betsy. And Lou Betsy, honey, was from Frogmore, South Carolina. And Lou Betsy said, you better use what you got to get what you want, honey, because eventually it drops like gravity. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, as an actor, each character you play, I think you end up taking a little bit. Hopefully you're careful about the characters you play, right? Because some of these characters get really deep, right? But you take something, right? And you give something and you take something from each character. So definitely Lou Betsy taught me that.
So
Like, basically, you got to go for your dreams,
when you are paying for a role, do you have to memorize the entire script, or do you memorize pieces of the script and then how's it work?
Oh, good question. So basically, well, one way you have to memorize the entire script. But what I found out from doing like background work and doing other work is a lot of actors actually don't come prepared, just to keep it 100. I've been on sets with Days of Our Lives, and this girl is pretending, and she's acting like a doctor, and she got a file folder right here, and she literally got the script in the folder. I'm like, damn, if I could have that role, I would have ate that script up, right? So one thing that I do is I write it, because say it, forget it, write it, regret it. That's in everything legal wise. But when I write out the script, so I'm writing it to memorize it, and then I'm memorizing it by saying it and reading my own handwriting again. So also I use cue words, like say somebody's supposed to be like, okay, Nina, come outside and get the groceries. So I write down groceries, which isn't my line, but it's my cue. Groceries is my cue. So boom, I move on groceries. So it's a lot of, I also, Dakota, one other thing I do that a lot of actors may or may not, I memorize all the lines. Not only my lines, but your lines too. If I'm playing with you, if we're in the scene together, I'm going to know your lines too. Because if you forget a line, say you forget to say groceries, I'm like, you need me to get the groceries or what? That was his line, but he dropped the ball. and I can't even leave out of the house to get to the car to get the groceries because he or she forgot their line, right? So I think it's like playing a game of baseball or basketball. It's definitely a team sport, and I take great pride and great pleasure in everything I do. So one of the best roles I've had besides the one I have right now, which I'll tell you about in a little bit, I did a play on Hollywood Boulevard when I first got here called When Muddy Waters Wasn't Muddy, where usually I get, because I think the power manifestation, Dakota, is I always get cast in multiple roles in films. And that's one of the goals of mine. Like I could be Nina like this and be Tina over here with a blind wig on. And I want the audience to be like, damn, is that Nina? Is that the same person? That look kind of like her, right? So I always get cast in these multiple roles. So I was cast double with Hattie Fishburne. Like Lawrence Fishburne, the actor, his mom, Hattie Mae Fishburne, was his manager, and she's an actor. And I'm just keeping it real. So I never been cast double somebody. You know what that means? So we ran the play for 6 weeks, right, Dakota? That means she runs the play, she runs the character for 3 weeks, and I run the same character for 3 weeks. So we're both memorizing the same role. We're both doing the same job. Our cast got a chance to work with both of us as this character. It was deep. It was so deep because some of them was like, Nina, we prefer working with you. I was like, damn. That was a compliment, but I didn't want Hattie Fishburne. I didn't want to, that's Lawrence Fishburne mother. That's a big up for me. You know, her son is a major actor, and y'all say y'all prefer me. I'm like, oh, wait, like that just made me feel like amazing. You know, hopefully she don't see this podcast, but I'm just saying that was years ago. It was years ago. You know what I'm saying? But dude, once I found out I was double, we needed her for the name, I was just all in. And it was just an amazing blessing to just be part of that cast. And we would rehearse at a church. So it was really church. Just like our event, the Content Impact Bootcamp, that was church. People be like, why you pay for this? You pay for this? All the people that they didn't put in their mind yet, you got to pay for information. You got to pay to put yourself in the right place, Dakota. That's the third room I put myself in. And when you reflect, it's like a revival. We're praising God. We got all great energy. We're passing positive energy and great information. It's like church to the 10th power to me, 10x church. Because we're not only having church and praising God, we're giving valuable information to impact and upscale. It's a win-win.
That's facts right there. Facts. So how did you get into teaching?
So basically, good question. I needed a flexible income, Dakota. I moved here to pursue acting from Milwaukee. I taught school as a sub for 7 years in Milwaukee and saved $7,000. So here go the sevens again, right? I just got to 7,000. Okay, this is enough money to go. Oh, I left out the part that I gave $23.85 for a security deposit for a house in Granada Hills. And as if Chatham must have thought I was not from Milwaukee. Because he straight tried to set me up with his homeboy. As if Chatham was like a Pakistani or something. He tried to set me up with his homeboy that was an African, right? And I was like, oh my. Like, I had just got out of a relationship. I didn't come here to get in no relationship with no man. Like, I came here, I'm finally free. I came here to pursue my dreams. I'm not playing around no more, Dakota. My mama like, oh, just go on a date with him. It's fine. We're going to get the house. She wasn't like selling me or nothing. Because this dude was not like the tea or the milk, okay? Or the coffee, okay? So we went out, make a long story short, nothing happened, and they ended up changing the locks to the house. So I paid my security deposit, and they changed the locks to the house. I could not move in. Yeah. I could not move in. So that was like really mind-boggling. Where I'm from, Milwaukee, there's only two things you could do with somebody rob you for $2,385. You kill or you sue. Up until that point, at this point, I've never had to do that. My Bible always been my weapon. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. And I just pray my way through. You feel me?
I feel you.
Because the vengeance is of the Lord. It's said in the word. So, dude, I sued him. It took me 3 months. We went through shelters because a shelter, a hotel room, because I'm a social worker. I know what to do, how to do. A hotel room by ourselves was $40 a night. in this program, Dakota. But Mickey Mouse was under the bed. You hear this fool over here, he ain't paying no damn rent, right? So it was deep. It was deep. Hold on, one second. Hold on, one second. This cold kind of trying to kick in on me. But it was deep. But I'm thankful and I have no regrets because we made it through. And I tapped into my resources. I did not know by calling 211 here that they would send us to Skid Row. That's a it was a 75-mile radius of homelessness in downtown LA. It's probably 100 miles now. When you go up to the place where we were sleeping, we was only there for like 3 days and 2 nights because I knew that wasn't the place, right? And then I found the other hotel. But basically, this lady on my way going up to bed was like, "Can I give your child some candy?" And it was a pack of peanut M&Ms, right? We get upstairs, Dakota, to the room area. It's dark because it's like lights out, like jail lights out, like a shelter lights out. It's rules and regulations. Do you understand? My daughter gave me the M&Ms. It's like a peanut M&M pack, Dakota. Do you understand? I felt this pill. It didn't feel like no M&M. This person tried to slip my child a Mickey, something I think somebody slipped to my brother now because he's like schizophrenic. You know what I mean? That's why we always say, watch your drinks, watch this and that. It was only through the grace of God that I didn't even see it. I felt it. It was like oval. It didn't shape. It didn't feel like an M&M. I cut on a light. Oh my God. Thank God I cut on the light and saw that the person had put a pill inside the M&Ms, like this thick.
Wow. Interesting.
So that's just some of the stuff I went through. So I said it to say the journey isn't easy, and I feel like the test is for the testimony, and I have no regrets. I will not be moving back to Milwaukee through the grace of God. I'm so thankful and grateful that I'm here. And I feel like everything we went through was for me to teach and tell someone else. And I also got prophesied to several times since I've been here on Skid Row, you know, where they had church, you know, usually at shelters or whatever, they'll have like a church service or pastors come in and pray for you. Several of those pastors prophesied to me within the 2 nights I was there, you're going to be involved in ministry with women. You're going to be involved with women in ministry. And at this time, I moved here to pursue acting. Right, Dakota? But if you cut to now, when you're acting, we're telling stories. And as a writer and producer, now I'm taking those classes, I can tell my story, my truth, and don't have to worry about it being edited out or going on 200 auditions to hopefully get cast in somebody else's film. So that's how it spins into it. And I just fell into network marketing as far as selling my detox products and supplements. Opportunity presented itself, and I found out, wow, these products actually work when I lost 75 pounds myself. So I feel like how I tie it together, because as a life changer, we're really lifesavers, like the candy, because you helping people realize the health is the new wealth, and you got to work out and you got to eat right. You just can't sit up there and think it's going to happen without you doing nothing. And I just really admire, I've done caregiving with seniors as well, Dakota. I admire the people that's 60, 70, and 80, and you can look at them and tell they work out. You can look at them and tell they eat right, Dakota. Like they eat, you know, they made up in their mind, I'm going to live. I'm going to live. And I've worked with seniors in my caregiving where they go out walking every day. They walk to the market instead of driving to the market. You know, making a conscious effort to just exercise and move your body daily is detrimental.
So, at what point did you want to change your life? I know you talked about it on the IG Live, but talk about it here.
Okay, at what point?
At what point did you want to change your life in terms of your health? At what point?
Oh, thank you. Like I said before, when I was 12 years old, around the same time I started pursuing acting, actually, I think it was just a shocker for me. All this stuff was happening. My mom's friend, Nasty, rest in peace, died of obesity. So I literally watched my mom's friend consume so much food to where she was so obese that she died from obesity, from being overweight. And I said, God, if anything take me out in this earth, I'm not gonna let it be food. I'm not gonna let it be being obese. So all my life I've been health conscious. Like I taught Zumba until I was 7 months pregnant with my 13-year-old. I literally did the dance moves and just didn't jump anymore. Literally until I was 7 months pregnant, Dakota. So if you were in my Zumba class, you had a whole problem. Because if I'm up here doing this pregnant, you about to move. And it was dope because I had a lot of couples and stuff like that. Be like, come on, y'all gonna move it. They'd be like, I can't believe you 7. Oh, we gotta do it. So that was, you know, so that's how I tied it all together. It's inspirational because a lot of women have children and use that as an excuse to be fat. Now, not judging anybody, I'm just here to help. And it's about a mindset shift to say, hey, I'm gonna live. Hey, I'm gonna eat healthy. Hey, I just came from the market. I bought salads. You know what I mean? Just consciously not going to Wendy's, not going to the drive-through. I want some of that too, baby. Look, he got the let me see. I didn't get none. Just one little bit. We had this chicken, mushroom, and mashed potato surprise from Starbucks, Trader Joe's. It's fire. I'm looking at the little muscle man get up like he about to phase all of it. Just put me half on the paper plate for when I finish my show, please. I'm gonna make some more. So I'll do like an appetizer. I'm like, and I think it might have mushrooms in there. I don't think you like mushrooms. No, it is mushrooms in there for real. Sit down at the table. He took a nice millionaire nap, Dakota. So he woke up hungry. That's mine. That's
Got you.
yours.
So how do you balance being entrepreneur, a grandmother, mother? How do you balance all those things, all the hats?
Well, how I balance all the hats is, go ahead. How I balance all the hats is meditation, prayer, faith, exercise. And I really know that my products are a product you can feel because, like I said, I said here, but my brother is like 6'4", he's like 350 pounds. So he has a lot of weight to lose, right? Did you give me some on the plate? He has a lot of weight to lose. So, and I saw my coach save her brothers, right? So I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna send him the product. I know he got the money, but nowhere in his mind is it clicking to buy these detox supplements and products to lose weight. So since I know there are products you can feel, Dakota, and they cause a mindset shift, they cause you to want to just feel better, right? Everybody said, where you get your energy? I'm like, I gotta say the products. I just feel amazing, right? So my brother loves the products. I've just been sending him the tea, right? And now he's requesting it. See what I'm saying? So I snuck the product on him. I'm sending the tea, telling my mom to make it, but saving his life.
That's good.
Now he's actually calling me, asking for the product. He still don't want to pay for it. But I'll get it back in reciprocity. I'm not even worried about it. Because once he comes 20 pounds down, eventually my mom just be like, here, give it, like, you know what I mean? So I feel so good about that. It's like my protege, because when I went home to Milwaukee, I got him to work out. And I know he loves basketball. So I'm like, get a basketball, you know what I mean? So that's something big to me, is bringing my family along the ride. I just have found out that they don't really want to patronize as much. But what we can do is I just keep it moving, keep the faith. I actually made money in Atlanta. Intentionally brought my products, right? I had another life changer with me, Dakota. She ain't never seen nobody hustle like me before. I was showing her something on purpose. For real. So I went to the barbershop to get my son's haircut in Atlanta, right? I got my CMOS, my detox, my kits and everything, right? So I go in there, tell my spiel, tell them what to do. Everybody know about if you woke, you know about CMOS anyway, right? I go in there. Next thing you know, a customer bought a bag for 20, a week supply for 20, right? She got fruit punch, lemonade. I just do like a variety pack, right? And then the barber, we end up bartering. So I gave him $25 worth of products instead of paying cash for my baby haircut. Come on. He's like, what, you got CMOS? Oh, you know what I'm saying? So it felt really good to do that. Then I went to another barbershop only to sell one thing in CMOS, which I was funny with selling the CMOS anyway, Dakota, but I had to prove a point. You know, none of these black men in this barbershop, this is another barbershop, not where he got the haircut at, right? Let's call this story change for the $100 bill. That's the story, right? So I intentionally sent my son in Wingstop with a $100 bill. He's 12, but he looked younger than that, right? I intentionally park outside the Wingstop and send him in there with $100 bill intentionally, right? So he can learn count your money, and so they can learn. You're gonna see some ninjas walk around with some money around here. It's just good for the. And listen, the cashier at Wingstop was like, "Little nigga, how you got $100 and I don't?" He was Hispanic, and then he looked. That's how he gave me that look. How do I know? My son came to the car. I was like, "Mom, they said they don't got change for 100." I said, "Hold on, let me go handle it." I go in. They don't have to change, right, Dakota? So I used my card. I had a card handy, right? But the point is, he came back out and was like, "Oh, like he just knew like my baby wasn't gonna get his food or something." No, he gonna eat. We gonna eat. We gonna eat, right? Cut to, I still got this 100 that I need change for, right? I wanted to pay. Oh, girl, I ended up moving from my room into the room with another sister. She ended up joining in the community, but I knew her from before because I was like, we both was checking out the next day, Sunday. She was saying she was lonely and alone in her room and stuff like that. I was like, I'll just give her $50 instead of paying 120. And we're in the showcase for all day anyway. We're not even in the rooms really, right? So I need to change to pay her to give her some cash. So make a long story short, they still got the TV kind of loud. Hold on one second. So make a long story short, I go in the barbershop to sell the sea moss. The guy wanted to buy the sea moss for $7, right? And so then nobody had changed. The barber's like, "Oh, you from Cali? I don't trust. This might be a fake. This might be fake." All African Americans for sure saying my $100 bill is counterfeit because I'm from Cali, right? Guess what? I go next door to the beauty supply store. Asians. They saw me with $7 cash, right? But I didn't have enough change. So she looked at the 100 too. I said, "Ma'am, it's a real 100. I'm just trying to make a sale, get some change." Da, 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 da. And she trusted me. The Asian trusted me more than my own people. And they gave me change for the 100. They gave me change for the 100. I was like, wow, they trusted me. Same as like my owner, my landlord was Asian. Rented our house to us strictly because a black man gave them a chance to let 20 of them live in the house when they first moved here. You know what I mean? No,
So
Asians and Hispanics can live all together, 20 in the house and get along fine. So that was that story. I sold the sea moss. I broke the $100 bill just to sell the sea moss for $5. But I was proving a point of I had to show her how hard I had to hustle just to prove a point because one of the guys wanted to buy the sea moss from me.
got you.
And the other ones
So
didn't trust me with the $100 bill.
got you. So real quick, we got like 2 minutes.
Okay.
Can you lead the audience with something they can apply to life right away, and then tell us how we can connect with you online too, please.
Okay. Thank you so much. What I would leave y'all with is always continue to dream bigger. Put yourself where you can enrich yourself. If you see, excuse me, darling, I'm finishing up. Thank you. If I could leave y'all with anything, is never take no for an answer. If this is something that you want to do, that you want to pursue, that it wake you up at 3:47 a.m. and you wake up like, "Oh, I got to do this thing." That's what God wants you to do. He calls us in the middle of the night in our dreams and lets us know the gifts that he's given us and where he wants us to go. And I worked for the city of LA for 10 years out here in Cali. You know, showed me that black people could get sunburned and everything. But you know what they did? I became half-time by accident by 2 black bosses, and that made a lot of people mad. I'm black with a black bone, and I'm half-time with the city of LA. That means full benefits and everything, right, y'all? So I end up getting railroaded and out of the city of LA, right? But I'm still thankful and grateful because they lost one to get one. My homegirl hired my daughter. So my daughter was 16 working for the city of LA. So what I would say is dream bigger, never take no for an answer. You can get 100 no's and go another route. Because what I found out and what I teach my children is if someone else says no, just make a left or make a right and go the other direction. And one other thing I'm leaving with is very important, that energy is transferable, right? So be very careful about the rooms you put yourself in and the energies you put yourself around, because energy is transferable. So you want to make sure you're transferring your great energy to other great energies, which we both, Dakota and I, did by putting ourselves in the boot camp in ATL. Meeting in person was another level. than meeting on our Zooms, right? And you had one other thing you said at the end.
Oh, well, how can people find out about you online?
Okay, thank you. Good job. So my TikTok is Nina Rose, actor, the number 4 life. And then my Instagram is Nina Rose Ma, MANINAROSE, MA for Mother of the Century. So I said, when I go, whenever God calls me, it will say on my tombstone, Mother of the Century. That means the baddest mother to do this in the last 20 years. Not to take anything away from your other mothers, but it take a lot of work to wake up like this with 6 African Americans for sure, with no excuses.
Ooh,
No excuses.
thank you for joining us, Nina. This is the Your Money
Thank you.
Hour podcast.
Thank you so much for having me. Have a wonderful day, and God bless you and your family. Thank you. Peace.